Hi everyone. So we're talking today again about rational expressions here. So we want to multiply in this case. So we have one rational expression times another rational expression. Okay? So we have an expression on the top, expression at the bottom, top and bottom. So we have four of them. But these two are two rational expressions that we're going to multiply. Now, how do we go about it? The first thing we got to see is if there is anything to factor. Like the problems that we did previously, do we have anything to factor first? If we don't, then we keep moving. Do we have anything to factor from here? The first expression here, no. Nothing here to factor. Nothing here to factor, nothing here to factor, because remember, each of these are considered to be one term. So this is a one term, this is one term, this is one term, this is one term. So you're not going to be able to factor them. Okay? It's when you have two or multiple terms, that's when you think about factoring them. All right? So let's go at it. Now, we have 35a squared b to the power 6 over 10a to the 7th power b squared times negative 15b power 3 over 21a times b. Okay? So the best thing we got to do here is, we have two ways of doing this problem here. Either we decide, because this is multiplication, we decide to multiply straight across. So that's one way of doing it. Now, the other way of doing it is to be able just to simplify across. It could be in a vertical way or it could be in a diagonal way of doing it. Okay? So keep that in mind. So in this case, what we can do, like I was saying, is to multiply straight across and then, do whatever. But I will prefer, for me, I always prefer to do it what? Simplifying it and diagonal, simplifying it like that. Sometimes it can look messy, but that's the easiest and quickest way of going it, in my opinion. All right? But we don't want to go all the way with the easiest and simplest, but the ones that you understand better. Okay? So let's go at it. So what can we do with the numbers? So we go with the numbers first. How can we simplify it? So it's always top and bottom, simplifying. You cannot simplify top and top or bottom and bottom. You can't. You cannot. You can only do top and bottom, top and bottom, top and bottom, top and bottom. Okay? So 35 and 10. Can we simplify? Yes, because 5 can go into 10 twice and 5 can go into 35 7 times. Okay? So let's go at it. So this one, 5 goes into 10 twice and 5 goes into 35 7 times. We're good? Now let's continue. What about the other numbers? We have 15 and 21 here. What can happen in this case? Is there anything that we can simplify? No, I don't see. Between 15 and 3. Actually, 3 can do the magic here. So 3 can go into 15 5 times, and 3 can go into 21 7 times. Okay? So you see already what we're trying to do? Now the numbers is getting smaller. So what's going to happen? Can we simplify something else? Yes. 7 and 7, because remember, we can do it across like a diagonal. We can do that. So 7, 7 crossed out. So we end up with what? What do we end up with? So we end up with 2 at the bottom and 5 on the top. So you guys see how we just eliminated, canceled, made the numbers smaller. So now let's put that down. So we have 5 over 2. Okay? And then the negative sign, because we're multiplying, we can also carry the negative sign right in the front because it's multiplication. Now, let's go with the variables. So we take a first. So we have a to the 2nd power and a to the 7th power. Now we already learned how to simplify, how to divide. Same base with different powers. So we said a lot of times we move the lowest power to the largest power just to make sure that we have a positive power afterwards. So between 2 and 7, which one is smallest? It's 2. So the 2 goes down, so we have 7 minus 2. Are we good? Guys, remember, in our previous videos, we dealt with simplifying same base with different powers. Okay? So you can check our previous videos on YouTube here. So now, how about the B? So for the B, what's going to happen? We have 6 and 8. So also here, we move the lowest one to the largest one. So it's going to be what? B. So 6 minus 2. All right, because remember, whenever you move it up or down, the sign changes. So when you move the 2, which is a positive, you move it up, it becomes negative 2 here. Same thing for this one here. All right, so let's continue. What else can we deal with? So now we're here, and then at the bottom here, so we have A here, but we don't have A there. So that means we're going to multiply by A at the bottom, for sure. Okay, so this A here, we got to carry that. I put parentheses so we know that we're multiplying, or we can just put the multiplication sign also. That's just the same. Now, how about B3 and B? So again, same base, different powers. So what can we do? Move the lowest to the largest. And what's the power for this one here? An invisible 1 always. If there's nothing there, that is a 1. So lowest to the largest. So that would be also B3 minus 1. Because remember, whenever it moves, the sign changes to the opposite. That's why you have a negative 1. If it was negative, it becomes positive. All right, so you see how we just made this problem simpler. Okay, are we loving it so much so far? All right, so let's go at it. So now we have negative 5. Okay, that we have on the top, and then we have to the bottom. Stay the same. So now we're going to combine work here. So B, 6 minus 2 is what? It's 4. And then B here, 3 minus 1 is what? Is 2. Okay? And then what's happening at the bottom here? So we have A, 7 minus 2, which is 5. And then, don't forget, we have another 8 that we're multiplying by. So this A here, so when we multiply, what's going to happen? Or let me just keep it, okay, for now. So times, okay? Put the multiplication there. So then we have negative 5, B to the 4th. And then this one also, what are we going to do with them? So B 4th times B2, that'd be B 4 plus 2, because when you multiply the same base, what do we do to the powers? We add them up. Okay, you guys remember those rules? AM over AN is AM minus N. That's when you are dividing, correct? But when you're multiplying, what do you have? AM times AN is equal to AM plus N. Okay, so that's what we're using here. All right, so then we divide it, and then we have 2 here. A, what? 5 plus 1. You guys good so far? And then let's move here. So what's going to happen? This is negative 5. And then B what? 6. Because 4 plus 2 is 6 over to the bottom. And then 5 plus 1, A, 6 also. Okay? So this is what we have for our final answer, because we cannot simplify this one. We're trying to keep it as a fraction, not a decimal. If not, 5 divided by 2, we all know it's 2.5, but we don't need to do that. And then B6, A6, because they have different base, we don't combine them. They stay just the same, and then we are finished. But like I said, there's another way of doing it, is to multiply straight across and then simplify after that. So I will do it in the next video so you guys can compare it, and whichever you guys like better, you choose it, you work with it. All right?